Hi guys, my name's Andy, welcome back to Scottish Steam Productions and a layout update for February 2018. Now I know this is well overdue again, but I've really just been cracking on with doing as much as I can and then getting some filming done. Mainly because if I was just doing an update every time, say I just added a piece of foliage, say from the narrow gauge platform to the crossing to the memorial, then there would be way too many videos, people would get sick of it, and you guys wouldn't watch them. So, a lot has been done since the last update, so without any further delay, let's get into it. So I've got a big list next to me of things that need doing and talking about, so as I go through them, we'll move around the layout and look at different things I've done as we go through the update, so let's get into it. Now the first thing that I've got on my list is the new crossing gates that I've added. As you can see, the best example I can get from a good angle is the crossing going from the narrow gauge station straight over the tracks to the memorial. Now I decided to do this because the old gates I had, which are just like the ones on the ticket stand over there, just really didn't look good to me. I wasn't happy with them. They just kind of looked dull, boring, and really just didn't fit in on the layout. And they just didn't look like something you'd find at a heritage railway crossing. So I went looking around on eBay for some standard gates crossing, because if you look in the left-hand side of the corner, you can well, just past the tree, you can see a crossing gate. That was one of the first things I stuck down when I started putting the layout together. And then I didn't have any more because I lost them. So I went looking around on eBay, got the perfect amount of crossing gates, and now all gates have been placed except for one, which is just out of shot, but you've probably already seen it in the opening screen, which still needs to be placed, but the layout at Ribble is being worked on, so my modelling stuff is all the way over there. So this is being postponed for now, which is why I finally found enough time to do an update. So all the gates have been finally put down, and I must say they look absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I had to cut some of them down. As you'll see, the one closest to you that you can see only has 2 crosses on it. The one furthest away from you has 3. I had to cut some of the crosses off on 2 gates just so they would fit in the gap nice and perfectly, and then I just add some extra foliage and grass and it fits absolutely perfect. I could not have gotten that any better. Really proud of that. The next bit I'd like to talk about is the new workshop gate that actually opens and now closes. I really do like that because it adds so much more realism to the layout, and it actually allows me to add slightly bigger locos to the workshop area, because before I could only just fit 41241, the Keighley Worth Valley Railway Iver, in there. And then as soon as I remove the old gate, which are the same as the ones on the ticket booth, and put this new one in from the old exhibition layout, I could fit in 46441, I could fit in my Dean goods, I could even fit in the driving part of Britannia and Tornado, which I was really happy about, and I could also fit in the driving part of Royal Scot, which adds so many more photograph opportunities and little storylines that I could add. Another thing that's being done is a roof for just where the train will sit here. I've already got some of the beams ready and painted. The roof is being built. It's not quite done yet, so I need to stick those beams in and then get the roof on, or get the beams onto the roof and then stick it all down at once. I don't know, I'm still in the process of doing it. But once it's done, I don't know whether to stop there or carry on from here and then cut some pieces all the way so it covers just about up to here. And then these 2 cabs will be the only thing that will not have a cover on them. So that's my plan for the moment, is just to have the track section covered, and then I'll work my way up from there. So that's that bit. Moving to some of the scenery things, you can see that now the narrow gauge platform has actually been painted and it's no longer just a horrible drawn mess of brown and black. It's this nice glossed black, and I've also added the stay behind the yellow line just for a bit of realism. It does need going over a couple of times, and it is a little bit messy, but this is my first try doing a proper layout, as well, obviously you know that. So obviously it's trial and error, it's practice for my next layout or other projects I've got upcoming. So the platform has been painted. I still need to add some fences to the back. I don't know whether to use the same gates from the workshop, the grey fences, or the same ones that are on the ticket booth, the black ones. They both look really good on the platform. I've tested them, just held them in place to have a look, took pictures, compared, and they both look really good, but I still don't know what to do. If push comes to shove, I'm going to use the exact same ones that I put on the standard gauge platform, and then that'll be it. They just look really good, and I'll probably add some benches, maybe a little shelter over it as well. As well as the platform being done, foliage has been added on the sides, as you can see. I've just stopped where the memorial crossing is, and I need to go all the way around the rest of the layout to where the abandoned narrow gauge siding is, all the way over there. So I've got from that crossing all the way around to that crossing. The siding. So that is what's been done on the narrow gauge section. Moving along to the standard gauge platform, you will see that station names have finally been added. Now these will not be the final product. I've still to remove this base because I think it just takes up way too much space on the platform. It doesn't look that good, and I think it will just look better without the pegs. So the idea is to remove the base and just stick it down as it is, as close to the wall as I can, or create kind of a makeshift flower bed around the base just to make it look a bit more appealing to the eye. And as well as station names, you will also see I finally got round to adding trees. Yes, I know I should have done this ages and ages ago when I had the time. It's really not that hard of an effort. I actually have a video to record later in this week on how I've actually put my trees in to show you guys, and hopefully it'll help. These trees in particular were kind of rushed. Well, not rushed, but they could have been done better. The way I did these ones was I flattened the base of the tree with a scalpel, so I had a nice flat base to balance on and sit on. It wouldn't fall over the place. And then I just surrounded the base with PVA, and then just plopped the tree down, held it in place, and hoped that it would stay up. And surprisingly, all 4 of these have stayed, and I've only used that technique. All I did was cut a little piece off the bottom to make it flat, put some PVA down, hoped that it would stay, and it did. And I must say, I'm actually really happy with it. So trees have also been added to the ticket booth area just over there. I have plans to add another one just here, but that side is where I'm going to make the how to add trees to your layout video by my experience. So that's been done. Moving round to the main part of the layout that's probably going to be looked at the most, which is the main attraction area, which will be all the stalls, the rides, the attractions, everything will be in here. You can see I finally got round to adding some market stalls here and here. This is a Scenecraft platform book and magazine stand. However, you can see it's not on the platform, it's here next to the Notch market stalls, which are absolutely lovely. I really do like them, although I think they might be a bit too small, or the characters I've got are a bit too big for the layout. I think it might be that the characters are a bit too big, so I might have to mix and match them with others that I get. Now, I've also added this lovely bike stand. I believe this was also from Scenecraft.
Lovely little bike shelter. I've yet to get bikes for them. Maybe the odd moped in there. I'm not too sure yet. These were all things I wanted to get done earlier on, but back then, if you look at the last layout update, you saw that there was a big carnival ride here. There was a bunch of little ones along here. There was a ghost train, a helter-skelter. That helter-skelter will still be there, and the ghost train might still be there as well. What else? This traction engine, I do plan on getting 2 more, and then they will all be lined up. And as well as that, I plan on getting some kind of display of race cars through the generations. So say you've got an old Le Mans Bentley, and then you go in through the ages as the cars progress, got better and better, to the more advanced like Formula E type race car, the Jaguars. So all that will be happening. I've got lots and lots to do scenery wise, so hopefully within the next couple of months it will be done. Now, on the topic of people, you may remember in the memorial scene I got some soldiers. Now, the ones I got were from Notch, and yes, they are German soldiers, but they are soldiers nevertheless. I also got some marching riflemen. Really, really nice. The way they stand is they have a little peg on the feet. So you just drill a hole, stick them in, and they should stay in place. Then you glue the rifles to the hands and shoulders. I have about 8 marching riflemen and 1 marching officer. The plan is to have them on the far corner over here. Just move the steam engine out of the way. Over here, so they're all coming round in a nice big curve. And then I'll probably have some film crew film them come round, as well as other figures looking at them march past. This can be done very soon, as I do have my hand drill here with me now. I probably could get it done over the next half an hour, because drilling a hole into this baseboard is not as easy as you think. The pegs for the soldiers go at least a third or a halfway into the baseboard. And if you think about the grass and the ballast that's on top of that, I've got to drill through that first and then drill into the baseboard, which is going to be difficult on its own. So once I've got the holes measured and drilled, I will then put the soldiers down, glue them in place, and then we'll have some extra bit of work done. Now, there are conversations about what current type am I going to use to run my trains. Well, now that I've looked into it, I can use either. If you don't know what I'm talking about, am I going to use digital or am I going to use analog? To answer your question, I can use either. The only problem I might have is that I'll probably need to chip a couple of my locos. Daphne is due to get a DCC chip very soon, so she'll probably be one of the stars on here. The USA tank is digital ready. What else? The Dean Goods that's over on the side, that can be digital fitted. Ivert can be digital fitted, but 4644 is due to be sound fitted very, very soon. So I can run analog trains, I can run digital trains, or I can run both. The narrow gauge is always going to be DC, unless I'm testing a DCC sound N-gauge loco, because N-gauge can run on 009 track. So I believe that is all to update you guys on. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like and a good comment. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike and a bad comment. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, I will see you in the next video and see you later. Bye.